Darling, you send me, I know you send me.
Hi friends, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Addie Gunnan of Well Loved Clothing and I am so excited today because we are going through fall 2021 trends. These trends, they're so good. I cannot get enough of them. I don't necessarily believe in fully adhering to fashion trends. I do not think that you have to follow trends in order to be stylish. I think the most stylish thing is whatever makes you feel the absolute best. And when you're repping your personal style and being the most fabulous version of yourself, who's to say that that's wrong? I think that is the most classic and stylish thing. But I do think they're a really fun, inspiring jumping off point to maybe change how you see your wardrobe. Because typically it's a new way of looking at old things and updating them into an even cooler way that I feel like most people don't think about. So I love to look at trends for inspiration. And so that is exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to look at the trends and incorporate that into what we already own so that we can still keep our closets really sustainable and still wear the things that we absolutely love, but just translate them into a new way, into a new season. And these trends are so good for it because there are so many that are kind of recycled. And so I'm super excited to just style up some outfits and have some fun. We're just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna show you an inspiration photo, whether it's from the runway or some street style, incorporating all those good trends for fall. And we're gonna style up some looks from my closet. So let's do it. Okay, for this first trend, I think this is the one that I'm most excited about because I love the drama of it. So the first trend that we will be shopping our closets for is the coat. Yes, it's quintessential. Yes, it comes around every time it gets cold because obviously, but coats from these runways and from some street style were these massive, oversized, whether they were puffy or whether they were furry or long or patterned. Either way, these coats are just the statement of this season. But my favorite thing is that I saw a lot of repurposed summery kind of pieces worn under this massive coat to make a perfect mishmash between a summer and winter, so the perfect fall look. So this kind of look is my favorite, and it's a little street style but definitely still on that trend with the leather trench. And it's not the massive coat that we're going for like this gorgeous gal, but I'm thinking I really want to go after taking that summery look and making it really fall-y. Since you already have your summer pieces and probably have some kind of fall coat, then you can mush that together and make an incredible look. So I think I'm gonna try both of these looks because I'm way too in love with both, but we're gonna go for this one first. So let's style this look up. I am absolutely loving this look. I don't think I ever would have really thought to do this. It's just such a perfect way to reuse your pieces. And this leather coat, I mean, come on. Like, I was so inspired by her incredible leather coat over this really summery piece. And I love the hair slick and the simpler accessories. I also tossed on my little sock kind of chunky sole boots, which is another really great fall trend. Just chunky boots, knee-high Chelsea kind of chunky soles. So I thought that this was the perfect combination, especially in the olive green, kind of keeping it in this neutral tone. So I am just loving this look, loving this trend, and I will absolutely be using all of my big coats over all of my summer pieces and calling it a fall outfit. So love this one. Let's keep on moving. So I wanted to kind of stay on that coat trend again, but I wanted to do a little bit more of the print mixing that's still seen on the runways constantly. And I wanted to mess with this kind of look. I think this is such a playful way to do color and pattern and fun in the fall. So I'm gonna go after this. What I have in my head is a little bit different, but evokes the same fun, crazy happiness. So let's style up a look that's inspired by this.
Darling,
This is just magnificent. And I love it. I love this inspiration. I was super inspired by just her color palette and all of the pattern mixing. And so I just kind of started wanting to do a little bit of a summery piece to keep with that summer under a coat thing. And then I have this gorgeous plaid asymmetric button coat that does all the work that you need on this outfit. And then I throw on my funky little fanny pack, perfect touch of quirkiness. And then another thing I kept seeing on the runway was slouchy boots. And so I took my knee highs and just kind of scrunched them down a little bit. Also wanted wanted to note before I move on from coats that cheetah print coats are a thing too. So I thought that another really cute option would have been my tiny puffer because poof coats are also in. So honestly, just grab any coat that you have and I'm sure that it's trendy because coats are the thing right now. Super cute, loving the coats, need to change before I overheat. So let's move on to our next trend. Okay, moving on to the next trend. This one was probably my first favorite from the runways. I always love to start with the Chloe runways. I'm just so inspired by the chic bohemian and the kind of muted colors but still avant-garde looks. And so the thing that really caught my eye about that runway, and then I kept seeing it, were these big knits. So this is essentially just like a chunky blanket made into a dress. So it was specifically the maxi dress or the oversized sleeve or something really cable knitted. This Ula Johnson one is so good. And luckily, this is my favorite kind of piece. I have found a couple of these thrifting, and anytime I find like an oversized sweater dress, I snag it. They're the coziest way to look super put together. And I love that Chloe did it with this like kind of laid back sandal. So I'm loving this trend and I have the perfect dress for it. So let's just jump right in because I want this blanket on my body. Let's do it. This is like right on the nose for this trend because it's essentially just this blanket of a sweater dress, and it has a little waist tie that I like to just give a little bit of definition, and so then I just kind of fold it funky. But if I just took the waist tie out, it would be 100% like straight off the Chloe runway. And I love the deep fall color of it. But my favorite thing about these looks was that they were just paired with just like a big simple bag and really simple jewels and shoes. But I love to do it with just a little cowboy boot to give a little height and also casual it down a little bit. I would also probably do this with just some clogs and just simple jewelry, a little scarf to add a little flair to it. And I am so in love with this and wish I could wear this all the time. So moving on to our next trend, even though I never want to take this off. Okay, playing around with the same kind of trend but in a new way is the vest. So we've seen sweater vests for a little while, but it's kind of coming back with some of these more tailored vests. They will never go out of style. I feel like they're always offered and you can thrift them like nobody's business. But what I was super inspired by was these sweater vest maxis. So kind of taking that super cozy blanket dress and using it as a sweater vest. It feels so street style and so fun. And I also have a couple of these because I'm also just obsessed with all knits. So we are gonna go after that look and style up this maxi sweater vest sort of thing. So let's just style it up. So in love with this outfit, it's not even funny. It really feels like a perfect end of summer, early fall outfit with just the little shorts and the side slit vest. So this vest is going to carry me straight through fall, and it's something I've had for years because it's a classic piece, but a fun piece, and the little papa blue shoe and a purple bag because why the heck not? So I'm loving this, and I love that it came from just wanting to wear this gorgeous sweater vest in a new and interesting way. So yes, I'm gonna wear this all season. We're gonna move on to the next trend, so let's do it. Oh, I just love all of the cozy, but we're gonna take a half a second break from the cozy to focus on a trend that has always been my favorite. It is this sheer tulle, see-through, voluminous magic. And it's just incredible. I love how Dior does it with the very ladylike, almost ballerina touches. And sheer did kind of come around in the spring and summer, so I love that it's being recycled into the fall and just getting a little moodier, a little deeper. This tulle just captures all of the drama, and I think it can be incorporated in such interesting ways. But I also think that it's super fun in this kind of street style look with the colorful dress over essentially a bathing suit, and I am just... So this is a little more summery, but I might try to fall it up with like a turtleneck and some jeans. So let's jump right into this sheer, gorgeous, voluminous trend. Let's style it up. This is the perfect end of summer, early fall, kind of chilly but still warm outside kind of outfit. This lightweight sweatshirt makes it so comfy and so easygoing, but I love that this still evokes that kind of chill, flowy feel. So I have this amazing pink dress that looks so similar to the one that she's wearing, but I wanted to make it a little more fall, and so I put the big sweatshirt over the top of it, and I think it just takes it to a really cool level, almost keeping a little monochromatic. I think this is such a fun way to do sheer for fall with keeping very cozy on top, but just letting that sheer pop out of the bottom with a skirt or even like a dress and a huge cardigan with like bike shorts and a bra top would be so cute. So just keeping it cozy and fun, but still having those really cool elements with the sheer. And I love that she had this knit kind of orange bag and the huge sunglasses, but it still just had like the tiny little touches with the sneakers and the little earrings. And I just love the laid back, cool girl vibe of this. So this is such a good look. I'm absolutely loving it, but we're gonna move on to the next trend. Let's do it. So for our next trend, we are going to be focusing on something that I just love. I think it is so much fun. This next trend is Fringe. I feel like it's a little harder to find in your closet, but it's just that perfect statement to add a little personality to your look, and it was all over the runways. There were coats with it, dresses with it. They just added a little extra something. I actually have 3 fringe pieces that I have had for years. I'm sure y'all have seen it on here when I've done the fringe trend from last year and the year before that. So it's kind of recycling back around so we can continue to wear those pieces. So I'm going more after this look. So let's jump into it. I would have never put this together, and I'm so glad that I did. Oh my gosh, it looks so chic in a very weird way. A little disheveled, but very put together. But then I think the best part is this zebra silk shirt. It just really takes it into a cool girl space. And then the little icing on top is just all these gorgeous accessories. I did a little loafer with the sock to bring it into an even cooler spot, but also because they're trendy right now. And so I'm just loving this look, and I think it's so much fun. So let's style up another look. For this next trend, we're gonna kind of do a little bit of a color trend because colors are so big right now. And of course, I'm absolutely in love with colors. There was also a lot of color happening, mainly in the street style for these runways. And so my favorite one that I kept seeing is this lilac, this soft, happy, but such a sweet purple color, almost like a true lavender. And I kept seeing it mixed with Kelly green or this bright yellow or cerulean blue. And this is one of my favorite colors. Anytime I find it in the thrift store, I just have to get it. I love the idea of this monochrome look. It was really all over purple, just very statemented. Or this kind of look with the purple leather. Colored leather, of course, for fall is just incredible. This look is so good with all this color blocking, using every single color trend for the fall. I think I'm going to style something probably with the lilac and the green because I think those look so good together. So I am going to raid my closet for the perfect lilac-y pieces and just style up a look for it. So let's go style up this gorgeous look. This is probably what I will look like all fall. This color, this fun, this mishmash of everything happy is just so joyful and so fun, and I love that it's continuing through the fall. I just can't get over this green and purple combo. This is just a vintage leisure suit, but then I'm also doing the sweater vest trend, and I just love all of it together, and I am so happy in it, and that is what matters. So we're gonna move on to the next trend, and I hope it makes me just as happy as this colorful fun outfit. Let's do it. Okay, this next trend, I don't know how anybody feels about it, but I am so in love with it. The 80s are coming back full swing, and I am just in love with it. Not just because you can vintage shop or thrift any of these incredible looks, but just because the magnificence of an incredible 80s dress with the poops and the basque waist, it's just so fun. It's also coming back in the denim trends too. I don't love denim, and so I'm not really gonna focus on those trends today, but I do think it's really fun that the acid wash and the oversized kind of baggy jean is coming back. I am going to more go after this kind of thing. These two ladies are so inspiring. This massive shoulder on this dress, but also just the oversized coverall look. Also see a lot of the color trends with the 80s. Like I said, with the lilac, it was going a lot with cerulean blue and the greens, which is a very 80s color palette. So I'm kind of inspired by the color palette, and I'm not really taking an image and creating an outfit from it in particular for this one. I'm more so just have an 80s jumpsuit that I'm absolutely dying to wear. So we're just gonna go after the feel of the 80s. So let's just take it back a couple years and get some really good 80s going on. Let's style it. It does not get any better than this jumpsuit. I was so inspired mainly by the color palette of 80s, everything a little bit neon and a little bit crazy. And so I just took that and took an actual 80s jumpsuit, props of thrifting and vintage shopping. You find these incredible pieces straight from the era that is now trendy. And oh my gosh, it's just amazing. This diamond waistband, which is so indicative of the 80s, but then I can't get over how cute it is with this amazing purple sweater, also from the 80s. That is just such a cute addition to this. And then I took the cozy and just did some sneakers and some blue earrings to match the jumpsuit. Just a white bag to keep it a little simpler. And this is just such a cute way to take the 80s trend and kind of put it into your own closet. Because this doesn't look like super 80s, but it's still very inspired by the 80s. And I just love it. It's so cute. So we're gonna move on to the next trend. Let's do it. For my last trend today, it is one that I am in love with and cannot believe that I found something exactly from this era. The Regency trend. This has been something that has been in the trends for the last maybe 2 years, and it's shown up as a puffy sleeve or a really beautiful neckline or these gorgeous gowns, and it really is just the Bridgerton effect continuing on. And so Regency, of course, was still seen on the runways and of course still seen in street style. So those romantic pieces that you've been wearing for the past maybe 2 years that are still so comfy and flowy, continue to wear those pieces and make them even more interesting throughout the fall and winter. So I am most excited about this because of that wedding dress that I thrifted last week. If you didn't see me thrift it, oh my gosh, it's the most amazing dress in the world. And you're gonna see it in a second too, but I'm gonna style that up because it's so Regency era Pride and Prejudice gorgeous that I had to for this trend. I am so excited about this, so we're just gonna jump right into our last trend of Regency Bridgerton beauty. So let's get romantic. The trend said, we want Regency, and this just says, I am the queen, and I feel so powerful and so gorgeous in this. Oh my gosh. So this is that vintage wedding dress that is just straight up Regency style, but on its own it does look very wedding dressy, obviously. And so I took another cape that I have that is also vintage, gorgeous, with this beautiful yoke on it, and tossed it over the top to give it a little bit more of a casual thing, add some more color to it too, and then pulled out all of these purples with my earrings and bag. But I think my favorite part are these little shoes. They kind of go perfectly with this little robe. It is the perfect combination of modern and vintage and cozy, but still so elevated and so elegant. This could almost be like a formal dinner out too. And I love it, and I love the Regency trend, and I cannot believe these two pieces exist and are in my closet. So thank you so much for watching today. Thanks for styling up all these incredible trends with me. Let me know in the comments below which trend is your absolute favorite or which one you're not super excited to try out. But just remember that the trends are to help inspire your closet and what you love the most. So grab some of your pieces, get to styling, and always remember that you are well loved. I'll see you next week. Bye.